Welcome to IU Guy, and today we are going to go over my rankings, number 1 through 25, and the next 5 out. And we'll be talking a lot about college basketball and what my projections are for these teams and why I have them in certain areas. So let's dig right into it today, and we're going to go through the first 5. So we brought back the marker board today, and we're going to go over our top 5. At number 1, we have Texas, 2, Kansas, 3, North Carolina, 4, Houston, and 5, Gonzaga. Remember, the lines underneath them mean that they are in a different spot from the regular AP poll. Yeah, I have, Texas above, like, all the rest, North Carolina, Kansas, just because I feel like that they have a better coach, that they can play better, because, really, North Carolina, they have great players, but I don't think they're number 1 team in the country. Kansas looks better than North Carolina, in my opinion, right now. And Houston really shouldn't be as far up as they are right now, just because they don't play the biggest competition. And I'm not sure about them. Last year was a great run, and that's probably why they're so high up in the rankings, is because of their run. That is our top 5. Let's get to our 5 through 10. Okay, we're going to get 6 through 10 here. At number 6, Gonzaga, 7, Baylor, 8, Duke, 9, Creighton, and 10, Arkansas. There's not much movement in this 6 through 10 group except for Creighton and Arkansas. Creighton looks pretty good. Arkansas, once again, looks pretty good. I think they have a couple losses. Actually, they might not. But Duke, they look pretty good. Baylor they've lost a couple. They just don't look as strong. Gonzaga, once again, that loss to Texas, which is why Texas is my number 1 team. But, they look pretty good too. Timmy looks really good. So this is just a regular 6 through 10 group here. So let's get to our 11 through 15 group. Here we go, 11 through 15, we have at 11, Michigan State, 12, Indiana, 13, Auburn, 14, Arizona, and 15, Illinois. So, we're going to start things off is Michigan State ahead of Indiana. Indiana moved up to 11th this week, but really I haven't seen that they would beat Michigan State. That's why Michigan State ahead, because I feel like Michigan State right now, if they played Indiana right now, they would beat them by at least 8 or 10, because Indiana's defense just doesn't look as good as it was last year. Their offense is pretty good. Their 3-point shooting is just a bit better this year, but the only thing that I see Indiana better at right now than most of the team or almost any other team in the nation is that they have great depth. Illinois, they swapped with Kentucky. Kentucky just doesn't look too good right now. And Illinois, they have speed. Their coach loves to push it up the floor, love threes. So, Illinois right now, better record, playing better than Kentucky. Kentucky does not look good at all right now. Okay, we're going to get 16 through 20 here. 16, Kentucky, 17, San Diego State, 18, Alabama, 19, UConn, and 20, Texas. And we've already been over the Kentucky thing. UConn, I feel like, better than Texas Tech. UConn is just really, once again, just a good team that will win games. Texas Tech, I believe, has moved up more than the regular top 25 has them. They're just a bunch of great players there. Coach Beard, before he left, made a great team, and that team is continuing to play well right now. So we're going to go ahead and finish out the top 25, and then we'll have the next 5 out coming up. Okay, we're going to finish out the top 25 here. At 21, we have Tennessee, 42, UCLA, 23, Maryland, 24, Iowa, and number 25, Purdue. This is another good part of the rankings that we can discuss. Iowa and Purdue, they're both looking pretty good, but there's not really another team other than Xavier that would really challenge those two right now. UCLA, they moved down a lot in my rankings, and they moved a lot in AP. I moved them down farther just because they play in the Pac-12, and that conference just really hasn't been the best. And you know, I've always said that I've never really always had UCLA other than last week, and then, well, in like a top 10. I've always been cautious of putting them in a top 5. Tennessee, they look pretty good. They did, I think, lose to Colorado, if I remember right. They have potential, so they're gonna stay at 21 right now. Purdue, and they can fight with Iowa for this top 25 spot, because I really feel like 24 and 25 right now, those spots are up in the air because no one's really shown the potential to get to those 2 spots. So, you know, that's a hot spot for the rankings here, and that's going to be fun to look forward to, who's going to be 24 and who's going to be 25 in these rankings. Okay, so the next 5 out is going to be number 26, Xavier; 27, Ohio State; 28, Michigan; 29, Villanova; and 30, TCU. There's only like one team that I think could really be in the top 25. That's Xavier. They look pretty good against Indiana. Kept it tight. They have a couple good shooters. And they could beat Ohio State, Michigan, Villanova, TCU, all those next 5 out. I mean, they could put up a good show. Purdue, they could definitely beat Iowa, I think. So they're a team to watch out for. You know, Ohio State, Michigan, Villanova, TCU, they really, right now, haven't shown me that they're top 25 ready. So right now, I feel like there's only 26 teams that are really in the conversation for the rankings. So, you know, that's your next 5 out. Let's go one more time over the rankings. At number 1, we have Texas; 2, Kansas; 3, North Carolina; 4, Houston; 5, Virginia; 6, Gonzaga; 7, Baylor; 8, Duke; 9, Creighton; 10, Arkansas; 11, Michigan State; 12, Indiana; 13, Auburn; 14, Arizona; 15, Illinois; 16, Kentucky; 17, San Diego State; 18, Alabama; 19, UConn; 20, Texas Tech; 21, Tennessee; 22, UCLA; 23, Maryland; number 24 is Iowa; number 25 is Purdue. So that is your top 25. It's time to get into the bold prediction part of the show. Okay, so here we have the marker board that is famous on this channel, even though this channel isn't really famous. But the bold predictions up here, pretty sure you can't see it. It's alright. I'll figure out new ways to get it seen. But my first one is Kentucky is going to lose in the first round. And that is really bold. This year I'm going to be taking a record on it and comparing it to next year. But I just think that they're not as good as they were last year. They have a lot of stuff to work through to get better. But I think that they might be able to do it. But also, I mean, to me, it seems like a good idea to put this as a bold prediction, because it's probably not going to happen, but I feel like there's a shot it could happen. And my second one is Michigan State to Elite Eight, and I just feel like they have a lot of good players. Also, they challenge themselves every year, and this year they challenged themselves a whole lot, playing a bunch of good teams, and it's only going to make them better. And they've won some of them, and they've stayed in a lot of those games. So, you know what? When it comes down to March Madness, they can hope, well, maybe, I don't know, but like I'm sure they'll be higher up in the rankings. They'll get like a 3 seed, maybe. You know, play the easier teams, demolish them, and then when it comes down to Sweet 16 or second round, if you're playing a hard team, they're gonna have enough grit to beat them. So those are my bold predictions. We'll see how they play out near the end of the year. Make sure you like this video, and you know, see if you could buy a subscription to this channel. See you.